Welcome back to the Mike and Ike Show, and no, not the candy. This is a show with Michael Badgley and Isaac Rochelle. You can find us on YouTube under the Mike and Ike Show, iTunes podcast, Mike and Ike Show, all the platforms, Mike and Ike Show. And today we have one of our most anticipated guests, Gary Vee.
Now, Isaac, let me introduce this guy. From the former Soviet Union, now known as Belarus, Russia.
Talk to him.
Number 5 on the Edison, New Jersey, green jersey wearing neighborhood jet squad.
Yes.
5-time New York Times best-selling author.
Beast.
Worldwide, world-class international speaker and internet personality. A wine connoisseur, digital marketing genius, social media phenom, co-founder of VaynerMedia, VaynerX, and VaynerSports.
Talk to him.
And future owner of the New York Jets, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Gosh, that was good work. Thank you, guys. First of all, I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck, I need to go get them a Mike and Ike sponsorship deal. So we will work on that.
No doubt.
Tyler, get that booked. Get me to the CEO of whatever company that is.
Put that down.
I got to come through with a badge.
More importantly, like I just mentioned to you, we love that we have you on the show. This is the first time we've interviewed somebody outside of, like the Chargers organization and the sports world. So we're juiced up to switch it up a little bit and have the Gary Vee.
I appreciate it.
No doubt.
So Gary Vee, I want you to take us all the way back. We did our research. You heard the intro. Take us all the way back to when you first come to America and you're 8 deep in this studio apartment.
Yeah, man. It's funny. I was born in the former Soviet Union. We came to the U.S. when I was like 3.5, and I don't remember anything about Russia. We spent several months in Italy getting our visas to come to the U.S., but I remember very early America. I never talk about this. I don't know if I've ever publicly said this. I had a crazy accident when we first came to America. When we were here like for 5 weeks, Russian culture, you drink a lot of tea.
Yeah.
My mom stepped away, and I grabbed a glass of like a teapot and poured it all over my leg. Had to go to the hospital. Luckily no scars, but like
man.
Crazy shit.
That's crazy.
So I fully obviously remember that traumatic stuff. I remember a lot of the early stuff. It was, my great-grandparents, my uncle, my aunt, my grandmother, my parents. And then my mom was pregnant with my sister. It was super. I mean, we used to call my sister the garbage baby because
What a beast. What a beast.
Because literally
baby.
my sister's first 3 years, every single thing. My cousin Bobby, who just had a baby at 50 years old, so big shout out to little Zoe Schifrin in the house now. My cousin Bobby found a car seat in the garbage, like from a car. This is 1979. New York, like people don't understand. It was ghetto. Like the economy was bad. He found a car seat like in the garbage, brought it home, and that was like what she sat in.
Wow.
It was real immigrant shit. So it started off super humbly. My dad got a job. He did a bunch of different shit, but he got a job at a liquor store that his great uncle owned in Clark, New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Not far from Badger's, upbringing.
From the Summit.
Oh.
And definitely not maybe the bad side of Summit. Summit's funny because Summit's got the nice side, but then it's got the other side of the tracks.
Yes.
We've heard a lot about Summit and the silver spoon mentality.
I think there's a lot of silver spoon.
No doubt.
100%.
100%.
Badge probably had a BMW when he was 14.
No doubt.
I didn't get a car. I did not get a car.
I respect that.
Yeah, your parents kept it from you, but
They
you
kept
could
it
have got one.
No.
But same with me. Like we started super humble, but my dad was a beast. Became the manager of that liquor store. We lived real crazy, like don't spend money on anything for many years. Eventually I moved to Edison, New Jersey, and I really grew up in Edison, New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Until 8th grade, and then I moved to Hunterdon County, New Jersey, more like woods and like shotguns and hunting season.
We used to smoke them in lacrosse, by the way.
Who, North Hunterdon?
Yeah.
Summit did?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You didn't know Badge was an athlete, first off.
No, Badge is one of the great athletes of Summit, New Jersey history.
Thank you.
Love it. All right, I'll take it.
You know who else grew up there? Willie Wilson. You know that guy?
No.
One of the first $1 million men in baseball. Come on, you probably got it.
The Royal?
Yeah.
I know.
There you
I
go.
just didn't know which. Willie Wilson's. Listen, Badge tried to pop me there and notice how I dropped the Royal thing. I'm on it. I didn't know he was from, but he's from Summit?
Yeah.
I love that. Badge played quarterback?
I
think
on what
the Chargers,
he said.
Listen, Phillip Rivers is clearly a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I think there's a debate that the Badge should play quarterback.
Oh, I've done it in Madden. I'm a 12 overall at quarterback. But I've thrown myself in there and I've scored like 15 touchdowns, not going to lie. I mean, my buddies are like diving all over the place, but
I don't see it. I gotta say that though, to mess with Badge.
That's fine.
So
Badge, actually, can I ask you guys something? This is like, what does it feel like for the first time playing a video game with you in it?
It was awesome, to be honest.
it is.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, for me personally, because
Did you like line up for like a 78-yarder, like on purpose, like spike the ball
I'm telling
on your own 40, and you're like, fuck it, bring out Badge.
Bring him out.
So as soon as I was signed, right around this time last year, I remember my buddies had the game and they were playing. Because they would update every week with the way Xbox is this.
Oh,
now.
right. You guys are young. I'm old as fuck. Like, you would have been fucked.
Yeah.
You would have had to wait a whole year. Because you would have
right.
or you would have been to some weird cult.
Yeah.
And it was like behind Vinatieri and like.
So they said, hey, you're in the video game, and they're sending me videos and all this. I finally get back to Hoboken, and I'm playing with them out during the bye week, and I'm like, screw this. I'm going to put myself in a quarterback.
No doubt. You have to. You got to.
And that's when I did it. And then actually kind of spinning off that, that's when Mike Vick came into the locker room this past week.
Legend.
Had to meet him. I said, 04 Madden legend.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, he ran a table in the game.
That Sega spin move?
I mean, it was a cheat code having him.
He could do anything.
Yeah.
No
Not
doubt.
like Bo Jackson and Tecmo. I know
See,
a lot of people.
you're throwing
I'm
it
old.
back.
I'm old.
You're throwing it
Bo
back.
Jackson and Tecmo, you just run into the line. like he was just unbelievable.
Untouchable.
He's the most untouchable athlete on a video game, period.
Wow.
Because Mike Tyson, you could figure out his pattern in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
I feel like I'm going to go with Mike
take.
Vick.
Oh.
Just, I mean, we talked
Well, yeah,
about
it makes sense. You guys are younger. You don't know what Bo Jackson on Tecmo looks like.
That's
You're right.
that's a
That's
classic.
I'm older. I have
LeBron.
context of both. I'm teaching you that. It's like when kids debate now. They're like, oh, like this player's the best. I'm like, have you ever heard about like they changed the sport for Wilt Chamberlain? Like rules had to be changed. Don't you think that means that player's good? Like they changed the fucking rules of basketball.
I have to agree, but don't you think that there is a natural progression of athleticism
Yes.
and diet and training
Yes.
to make LeBron?
Whoa.
I mean, you put him 30 years ago?
Correct. But LeBron 30 years ago is 4 inches shorter. Like you can't take all the benefits of being younger where just keeps getting bigger.
Right.
Like you can't do that.
My point
Right.
is there are certain athletes like myself that are way ahead of their time.
From
I
like
was not
from an
expecting that.
attractive standpoint.
Well, that
Badge,
plus
is this
We got to
true?
stop lying to Badge.
No, I think Badge might be the most handsome player in the NFL. And honestly, that needs to be a list on Barstool or whoever's fucking listening right now.
Yes.
Can we get
He's
a proper
pumping you
list? And can Badge be at least top 4?
mark that down.
And by the way, anybody who has hair plugs is not allowed, so that eliminates Brady.
Oh,
Eliminates Brady.
talk to him. All right.
Wow.
Just dropping real truths here.
So
Mike and Ike show.
I love it. I love it. We're
I love
juiced
how
up.
I like how like, some of my crew's making a face, which I understand, but like it's pretty well documented. I've said way worse things about Brady and the Patriots than what I just said.
Oh, I'm sure. So we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that you've done as far as being a pioneer. And we're talking about you were one of the first people to start uploading YouTube videos.
Yep.
And I want to even go before that, the e-commerce thing.
I launched an e-commerce website in 1996. Everyone's talking now like, yo, e-commerce. It's
like, been there,
2019.
done
I'm
that.
like, yeah, 23 years ago.
And we were curious, how are you able...
How old are you, Badge?
I am 24. Just turned 24.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm 24 too.
Badge is like pooping his pants in Summit, New Jersey, and I'm selling wine to everybody in Summit, New Jersey.
My dad's one of them. He remembers Gary's little box boy back there.
Yeah, when we were
his
recruiting
wine.
Badge and like AJ's like, dude, and like I'm like, he's from Summit. I'm like, oh man, I hope his fucking dad's a customer. And sure enough, boom, FaceTime, boom, 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 and here we are.
That is a crazy story. It definitely came full circle.
For sure. It was one of those
And now
small,
I'm on the Mike and Ike show.
small world.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is,
Wait a minute, do you guys call it Mike and Ike or Ike and Mike?
Mike and Ike.
Not the candy, though.
Did you guys spend a lot of time on that, or because the candy, he got that nod?
Well, people call me Ike. It's the first time I've ever been called Ike in my whole life. Actual name is Isaac.
In the charge locker room, we call him Mike. Everybody calls him Mike.
And then
Because you decided?
it's just a nickname.
Yeah.
It just happened. And then
Were you excited about it?
Oh, I'm juiced up because we have the Mike and Ike show now. How could I not be?
So
it was
good.
a natural
We did,
progression.
but at first for the Mike and Ike name, we did say we don't want to do that. That's too easy. That's too corny. But then it literally was like, what's wrong with that name?
Well, and saying no, not the candy is kind of like
Like a
all
fun
right, we,
little
yeah,
thing.
we can work with
That's
this.
your thing, Ike.
That is. That's
Okay.
that's the intro.
Yeah.
So e-commerce.
Yes.
E-commerce.
I'll give you a great story. It's a Madden story.
Okay.
I, unlike you guys, I was an atrocious student. I went to Mount Ida College in Newton, Mass. Straight hood life. I'm in a dorm room playing Madden 94. This was the first year all-time teams came in. Literally, I passed Namath to Don Maynard on every play, and it was unstoppable.
Who's on the cover of that?
I don't fucking know.
What year?
1994.
Eddie George was what, 95?
It was still Madden. It was still Madden.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Anyway, nonetheless, I'm in my room throwing bombs from Namath to Maynard on every play, and my friend comes in, Pete, and he's like, yo, you got to see this. And I'm like, let me finish this game. I go in this dorm room, and they're on a computer, and I hear coo-coo, like the old school dial-up. And I'm like, and this is literally the profound words that came out of my mouth. I'm like, is this the information superhighway? Like it was super, like it was crazy.
What is this? Yeah.
Technology was different. Like it wasn't part of anybody's life.
Right.
It was nerd shit. I was like, what is this? Da-da-da. Modems, and it was just weird.
Yeah.
But after like 6 hours of watching other people do shit, because it was that, like, it'd almost be like right now I took you into a time machine.
Yeah.
The technology was so, there is nothing that's happened in your lifetime that is anywhere close to seeing the internet for the first time.
Oh, I'm
No
sure.
doubt.
Not self-driving car. Like I'm trying to like, not crypto. There's just nothing yet, and I'm sure there will be, but there's nothing like what.
I mean, the internet is changing to humans.
And again, you guys are so young. Like I lived my whole life. I went to college never even knowing the internet existed. So like you're already living your life. You're grown. Again, it's like if something popped now that like was just like what? Like
Right.
I'll give you one. If all of a sudden robots were like fully there and everybody had one, just like we all have a phone. If you had a robot that just did you, like, it would be that. It was just so big.
I mean, to be honest, I bet you, I know this might even happen. If a drone from Amazon just came and dropped the box on my doorstep, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
But still, it's not. I'm telling you, like that's how, because it was an alternate universe. I sat down.
Yeah, the internet, that
and I
is
was
crazy.
Like, and then within 5 minutes, I'm like, I'm going to sell baseball cards on this thing. I went right to business because that's my DNA. And then basically the next year, I just read about it, learned about it, and I said, fuck. And I told my dad, I'm like, we're launching this thing. I registered with winelibrary.com. Everybody made fun of my dad for letting me do it. Why don't you open a second store? Why are you wasting your time? This is,
Right.
I mean, the big one, the internet's a fad. Like that was big talk.
Yeah.
The internet's a
I can
fad.
see, yeah, I
can
can
see
see
that
people
for
The
saying
internet's
sure.
a fad. The
Yeah.
internet's a fad. I was pot committed, and yeah, I was very early in that. I was very early in email marketing. Nobody, like back then, email was meant to be like mail, and I was like selling shit.
Yeah.
Google AdWords,
hustle.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I was one of the first 50 people to have 1 million followers on Twitter. It's happening now. I'm telling the whole world right now to get on TikTok, and they're still like, what? Like it's like, how many
I'll
times?
be honest. I saw you say it early because I'm a big follower.
Thank you, Mike.
Love following you.
I'd hope so.
I get pumped when you like shit.
Of course.
Like, there's
Wow,
nothing bad.
I love
Of
it.
course. And I saw you post about that a while ago, and then all of a sudden I see the Chargers start making videos of TikTok.
Yeah, these corny videos. We're like, what are we doing?
Horrible videos,
Yeah.
by the way. But it's the new phase.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
making
Daniel.
the fucking
I mean, he works for the Chargers. He's like, I
just
agree.
saying,
I
he's like,
can't.
I'm the one making that.
I'll say this in your wise words. They could be the worst videos of all time, but people are still watching them. So who cares?
No doubt. If it sells, sell it.
Yeah.
But
Let's go.
no
Clip
doubt.
that for me, D. That's a good clip. If it sells, sell it. I
Yeah,
love it.
no
Go ahead.
doubt. But the question,
Yes.
for the two of us, we're talking on the way up here. We're like, all right, how is this man able to see these things and be a pioneer? What is the thought process where you're
I
like,
understand
okay,
people.
internet.
By the way, this is where I get to have a fun moment. When I tell you, sitting on a porch in Naples, Florida, on a vacation, FaceTiming, I wish Peter Klein, my father-in-law, was here right now. I have this, how long was it, 7 minutes?
Yeah.
We had a 7-minute FaceTime. I hang up, and listen, this is real life. Like, you know, I'm talking to AJ, the rest of the agents. Like, the data's like, he might go 7th round, maybe, probably undrafted. I'm a hardcore football. I'm now in the business, but I've always been a fan. I understand that game. Like, there's a lot of serendipity, right? Like, it's you go and do a tryout. You might have just had a bad day, and then that's it. Like it's not, you know.
Oh, no doubt.
But I remember hanging up. And and listen, you know this about Badge, and like anybody who knows him, it's why all these fucking players love, like charisma, you know, like he definitely can't be a quarterback in the NFL, but what he clearly was gifted with is charisma.
No doubt.
And I remember that 7 minutes I hung up and I was like, this fucking kid's going to win in life. I had no idea if he'd ever be a fucking kicker, but I remember thinking, fuck it, let's sign him. Let's put up the dollars, because if he doesn't become an NFL player, I think we're just going to build a huge fucking business together. Like, honestly, I remember being so pumped about it for that reason. And I don't even remember why I'm now giving you this compliment. Oh, my talent is people.
Right.
My talent is people. And so I understand it sometimes intuitively about a human, like I did with Badge. Other times it's about trends. I'll give you a good one. I knew that online dating in the early 2000s would eventually not have stigma. Oh, I got a good one. Let me go wild on you. On the way driving here, talking to Tyler and D-Rock, I'm like, yo, I might get the LeBron hair implants. I'm losing my hair. I'm 43. I'm like, fuck it. I might get hair implants. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, this is like online dating. Right now, there's a stigma, but I know all you 30-year-old fuckers in 25 years are going to do it. It's going to be normal.
No question. If I
What's
show
that?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Why'd I kill Brady? Well, yeah, okay, sorry, AJ. This is how I'm like making up for all the Patriot fans that are mad at me. like the bottom line is like it's about understanding what humans are gonna do when they say they're not gonna do it. People used to shit on online dating. Now people spend 24 hours a day slipping into DMs. Right. Like people said they would never have. You again, you guys are youngsters, but the people listening a little bit older. Nobody believed in you can't believe how many people did not believe in the iPhone because the BlackBerry, you could feel the buttons. That's what everybody said. Like people said they would never go on Facebook because it was college shit. And now every 40 to 90-year-old lives on Facebook and all the young people left.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, people are saying they're not going to be on TikTok because their 11-year-old niece or sister are on it and they can't see themselves on it. I'm really good at saying they're going to say no now, but eventually they're going to fold. I remember a lot of people disagreed with me that Facebook would get older, and the single reason I knew it was going to work was when Facebook was growing, I started seeing people that joined Facebook at 22 when they were seniors in college. Now Facebook was in year 5, and they were 27, and they had a child, and I noticed they were putting all their photos just on Facebook, and I used to call, remember AJ, I used to call it the grandmother rule? I was like, if they're going to put their photos on Facebook, every one of these fucking mothers is going to sign up because they want to see a little picture of little fucking Michael, you know? And so like, I knew that was going to work. And so that's what I look for. Like all it takes is one thing, AR, augmented reality. When I saw Pokemon Go 3 years ago, and everybody's running around. You see fucking people pulled over on the highway, like jumping around. AJ, that's the 4 months AJ was retired in between VaynerMedia and VaynerSports. He's like in the woods in Martha's Vineyard. He's like, I got a fucking Pikachu. Like,
not even denying it. He's like,
he's about it.
That was me.
So I know that augmented reality is going to come. I would have probably been wrong. I would have been wrong because after seeing everybody do that, I would have figured there's going to be a Marvel game, there's going to be an Olympics, there's going to be, I'm surprised there hasn't been another phenomenon in AR, but it's going to be there. And so what has always come natural to me is people, what they like. It's probably one of the reasons I do well with emerging hip hop artists. A lot of people are always like, why do you know these people early? I'm like, because I listen. Yeah, because I listen to a lot of the music, because Mike Boyd's my plug. He's always sending me stuff. He's like, here's who's popping. And I'll listen and I'll be like, I remember Gunna was such an easy one for me, so early on Gunna. And I was just like, this is what people like.
Yeah.
This is a voice people are going to like.
No doubt. It's, yeah.
I mean, so Gunna, I want to hear, what are your top artists right now then?
Oh.
So I think Meg Thee Stallion is like crazy.
Meg Thee Stallion? Do you know Meg Thee Stallion?
No.
I don't either.
I think she's humongous. I think, no,
listen, if he's saying she's big.
She's Tyler, she's got a ton.
Do we know
how many followers does she have on Instagram? Just for I'm spending
easy standard. What's the follow count?
5 point. I'm gonna go with 6.4
mil.
She's a 6.4.
No,
that's my number. That's my guess.
I thought you were 6.8.
I'm 6.9.
Oh,
talk to him.
There you go.
Talk to him, GaryVee. That's a nice moment for me. Screenshot. 5'9".
5.9.
There you go.
I'm obviously in love with the baby. I'm listening to a ton of Lil Keed. Wale just put out a crazy hot album.
I'm a Wale guy, no doubt.
He put out a great album. He's obviously not as new, but like his new stuff is YBN Corday. Like there's a lot of people like Nicky Jam. Like the whole Latin trap thing is super. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I remember when I first heard about it. I went to spring break in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
I was with my buddies,
Rowdy.
And we go into a
It
bar.
was super rowdy.
And we were like, what should we do tonight? He's like, there's this guy. He's the hottest artist in Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny's performing. You should go to his club. We're
Like, Bad Bunny?
All together now.
We're like, who is
Bad
this?
Bunny.
And then all of a sudden, we go back to Miami. Like 4 weeks later, he's performing at Live.
So y'all are like, we're
like,
going.
We know Bad Bunny. We were there when we started.
Yeah.
Been on Bad Bunny.
I feel like a lot of people sleep on the international music too. Like there's artists that are international that we don't really listen to.
Who's
that
that?
are
Who was the one you
super
just sent me?
popular.
You just sent me that guy. You just interviewed him.
Oh, no.
From like the DR, I think.
No, big dude. I'm just slipping in my mind right now.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this.
No, I know.
From the DR, he's like, wow.
He's fucking
all right.
awesome, too. I'm trying to think.
Here we go.
Serge,
Here we go. We're in the DMs.
We're close. We're close.
keep going, Badge. Not that.
Not
Keep
that one?
going.
No, go ahead. Keep going. Go to another subject.
I know
where it
another
is.
dude though, like Romeo Santos is a guy. Do you know who that is?
Romeo Santos. Sounds familiar.
Do you know who that is, Gary?
I don't actually know.
Super, super popular. I mean, it's like people here,
Satch.
they don't really know these
Satch.
people as much.
Satch is really, really good.
Guy's got an incredible voice.
From the DR?
Oh, yeah.
And then what's the type of music? Reggaeton?
That's what he is.
That's what's really popular
Yeah,
internationally.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Great vibes though.
Yeah.
You don't listen to that though, man.
I mean, I listen to Satch.
Lionel Richie, I'm big on.
Hey, now.
Okay.
Like dancing on the ceiling.
He's got a good-looking daughter, too.
I don't know what she looks like.
Really?
Really?
Wow. All right. We'll just move on then.
All right, we will move on. It's a great transition into the next question. Badge and I were kind of laughing about this because you spend a lot of time giving people juice, giving them nuggets, motivating them. Are there times that you're talking to crowds or you're talking to somebody individually where you're like, they're not really buying this and I don't really see it in you that you're going to be successful? And then at that point, what do you do?
Question. The answer, the answer is yes and no. So I just got off the stage in LA with thousands of people in the crowd and I said, I only think 5 of you are going to actually do something about this. So actually, that's my default.
You said that to them.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
My default is that most people use me and my content as a make pretend of them actually doing it. It's like it's like a hit of like, I just watched the GaryVee piece of content. I'm hyped. And it's almost like they think they did the work by watching the content. So I'm always scared of that, which is why sometimes I put out content like unsubscribe for me, stop fucking listening. Like I try to like do shit that even fucks me up just with the hope of somebody does something. Yes, there's a lot of one-on-ones where I'll say shit like, yo, I think you're in this for the wrong reason, especially young dudes who are looking to flex, use it as ways to get girls and clout. And like, you can just see they're not going to win because they're looking for some bullshit shortcut to get to the quickest money possible to look good in front of other people. And I'm like, your shit's just fucked up. You're living for somebody else. You're looking for validation from the outside, inevitably, usually from people you don't even like. You just want to be like them because they're fucking the right kind of girl or getting the right kind of car or doing the right kind of thing. And so I would almost argue always yes, but I never give up.
Right.
Like I'm always like, as fucked up as this is, you've had the wrong friends, you've had the wrong idols, you have the wrong parents, but maybe I might say some shit with the right kind of analogy right this minute. And I live for admiration. I live for the email 4 months later, the DM 3 years later. Like it feels crazy when people roll up at you in an airport somewhere else and be like, yo, my shit was fucked.
Yeah.
And I watched one of, you start getting, like I'm driven by like gratitude, guilt, like this whole weird, like how the fuck is this happening to my life? I got to keep seeing this through. This is crazy. So the answer is yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy though. Just the idea that, like it's so true. People probably listen to you all the time and then they feel juiced up like you're saying. And it's like, there's no action in that. You're just sitting there getting information. And
the way I look at it is I think a lot of people don't realize how much can really change, say in a year, right? Put my story into perspective.
Yes.
No doubt.
A year ago, basically this week, this night, I got a call to come work out for the Chargers. Worked out for them on Wednesday.
Is this really the year?
Literally.
This is real.
This is literally
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is real.
Didn't even know who Badge was.
Day. Come in, we could go run into a Cleveland game. Next game, go on practice squad, go all the way the rest of the season. Have a good season or whatever, set a standard, go to the playoffs.
You have a very good season, bro.
Yeah.
Great season.
Thank
win
God.
us some games.
Thank God, because I was tired of DMing you like, don't worry, bro. Like one day something good will happen.
I was tired of hearing it, to be honest.
Like, all right, let's move on.
You know, to answer your question earlier, it was Badge. When I was like, yo, bro, you can do it. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm coming back to the summit. You got jobs at Wine Library. I'm like, no, bro, you got this.
Wow.
No, but people
It's real life.
But people look for things to happen short timing. And people want things to happen so quick. A year ago, I was just hanging out in Hoboken, sitting on the couch watching Sunday football. It's awful. I hated it. I was praying for every single kicker to miss.
Yeah, right. And by the way, the best part about badges, like honestly, like I actually, you'll love this, D-Rock. You've never heard like when people say like GaryVee, you're my spirit animal, I'm like, I would never say anybody's my spirit animal. That's like giving them too much leverage.
Oh,
but
no
on
doubt.
some real shit,
Talk to him.
Badge on the couch is like DMing me things like, yo, this fucking guy in Tampa can't fucking, right, AJ? Like, I actually weirdly want the Chargers to cut Badge. Badge on the street is the best dude ever because that was the most entertainment ever. Like, literally DMing me, texting me on like Sunday afternoon. He was like, you watching the Chiefs fucking Raiders? This guy, you think this guy's fucking better than me? I'm like, no, Badge, I think everyone's worse than you. I think you're better than Vinatieri. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's
No,
just
really though.
Really, he was
though.
out of control. Like, he was doing the shit that I would do, which is why, like, this fucking kid's a winner. He's sitting there in fucking Hoboken in his fucking underwear with his fucking bros, and all he's doing is yelling at the world of, like, how is this fucking guy who just missed 2 extra points on an NFL team, and I'm sitting here jerking off in fucking Hoboken. That's literally what he would, and I would be saying the same thing. And then, by the way, but here's why I fuck with Badge, and this is why that last year was so much fucking fun. But then he went out and fucking did it.
Right.
So much so that when you fuckers went to New England, and I want all those guys to die. Fuck hair plugs. AJ got seats behind a fucking. AJ's the best. AJ texts me. He's like, I'm going to the fucking Patriots Chargers playoff game. I'm like, yes. I'm like, where he's like, I'm sitting behind an end zone, right behind the end zone, because I know Badge is gonna fucking hit the game winner right through the thing.
Oh man,
I love that.
Right. That's literally where he got his seats. Next thing I know, I turn on the game. It's fucking 21-7 in 2 seconds. You guys fucking...
you know what? I'll be honest. That game I thought was going to be a shootout because we went down and scored right away.
I know. Me too.
I was like 38-35 final right here. I'm not going to throw.
All I remember about that game is it was freezing. And I'm from Georgia. That is like a whole nother level.
Yeah, this is
of
the
cold.
problem with all you fucking West Coast,
here we go.
Southern fucking freezing. It was like a normal fucking day. It's the winter in the Northeast.
Listen,
Badge.
I went to Notre Dame.
I'm from the Beast Coast, North Jersey. Shout out. But I will say,
It was freezing.
it was like 10 degrees that day.
That's guys. You were fucking football players. What the fuck's the matter with you guys?
But
It's
when
the
you're not
playoffs.
used to it,
I get it. Why do you think
It matters.
Why do you think dome teams suck?
Listen, dome team, the Colts. The Colts showed up
Suck.
last year. They suck. All right, F the
Everybody
Colts. Fuck
sucks.
the
yeah,
Colts.
what do we? Yeah, who cares about
Badge.
the
Remember what they did
Fuck
to
the
you?
Colts.
They didn't cut a Hall of Famer for you when they should have.
Fucking A.
Colts, you fucked up.
Yep.
I mean, no doubt. We could get on
Nobody
the
really
Vinatieri
remembers
train,
the celebration of the kid. It doesn't mean anything.
but It doesn't.
It was like a blip.
So,
You have a fucking 13-year kicker instead of a blip moment that nobody fucking remembers. I mean, Adam's amazing and everything, but like I never understood like keep somebody for like the blip moment. Like, yay, like you stop the game for 4 seconds, people take a couple, like nobody remembers. You had a
Juice
fucking
man.
14-year kicker.
No doubt.
Now the Chargers get the benefit.
no
You
doubt.
know.
Badge
But
really.
Chargers management, if you're listening, please cut him because I want him to text me and be like, you fucking watching this Packers
man.
game? Fuck this guy.
Tomorrow, they're like, Badge, can you bring your Surface up? Wow.
Joke's
Immediately
on them.
regret that interview.
I do not have a Surface. We will not bring the Surface.
Yeah, that's true.
upstairs.
We won't talk about that. But how much do you think, just getting back to these, what we were talking about, how much do you think social media plays into people's ability to actually follow through after hearing a GaryVee speech? Because you're saying they're trying to do stuff for clout. They're not really serious about it.
If somebody's people listen back to being the old guy in the room when there was no social media. If people were unmotivated, they were unmotivated.
Yeah.
Like it's. I actually think social just exposes things. It doesn't
Right.
change things.
Yeah, we talked about that
Like,
on the way up here.
If you're not about it, you weren't about it when nobody was watching, when everybody was watching. The only thing now is people are fronting. People are like hopping the fence to take a photo next to like a private plane. They're trying to, but like that's the same shit like when I was growing up when people go to flea market and buy like fake Louis Vuitton shit and just like people are, I don't think that is a major factor. If anything, what I'm grateful for is that the internet allows a lot of people that never would have been able to consume information or motivation now have access for free.
That's true, because everybody has a platform too.
100%.
No, but you are big on social media.
I am.
You think it's a tool for everybody to use. I remember you explaining it to me and saying certain things that we're going to make great, and it has been great. So I've been a huge social media advocate.
No doubt.
Now, I meet Isaac, and he tells me that he's starting this whole percussion, and I love it, but I always give him shit for it.
No doubt.
He's got a movement called See You on Sunday, where you take the entire day, Saturday, off of social media.
I like
Disconnect to reconnect.
I like that.
And I sent him your clip
About
on
December?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think that's great. And look, you have to be self-aware. Like, I'm an action junkie. Like, I sleep with like a sound machine on. Like, when I work, I need like blaring music. Like, I don't need Saturday off, and like I'm not going to take December off. And like, I don't need that, but for other people that's an incredibly good reset. Like, for example, when I'm in my prime for like health and fitness wise, I fast once a week. It works so well for me. Other people can't do that. So I think that's a self-awareness game. Like, if that works for Ike, that's amazing. If it doesn't work for somebody else, that's amazing. By the way, if you're like me and you go hard for 4 years, but then now you're kind of tired or burnt out and you need to, like, I just think it's a self-awareness game. There is no right. There's knowing yourself.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think the issue is a lot of people end up just, like the apps are kind of using them, and they're just inadvertently on it. They're not even realizing it. I think the biggest thing, especially with me, is, look, let's get to a place where we all understand what is healthy for us.
Here's the good thing. Like, I understand that point of view, but like the propaganda, like the apps are using us, or like the reality is delete it. Go off on Saturday. Like the apps are not using us. You know why? They're apps. Like, you're in control.
No doubt.
If the apps are using you, do what you're doing on Saturday.
Right.
Like, the apps are just chilling. The apps are no different than a fucking rock, than a newspaper, than a mountain. That, like the apps are chilling.
Do you not think that there is an addiction component though?
I believe that what the answer to that is. I'm not sure.
Right.
I haven't done enough. I don't notice how I hesitated. I don't like to talk about shit I don't know. I believe that the app, if there's an addiction, then there's an addiction also to television, Netflix, stimuli from consuming something. We never put stigmas on things from behind. We only do them on the current new thing. So if there's an addiction, then there's also addiction to people that read books all the time. There's an addiction to people that watch Netflix. There's an addiction to people that read magazines. There's addiction to people who watch sports 24. Like, your brain needs to be stimulated. We're all stimulated differently. I don't think the apps are disproportionately any different than other things. I mean, Netflix has an algorithm to show you shows that you want to watch.
Right.
So we love binge watching now. Let me give you a preview. In 4 years, there's going to be all sorts of articles that the fucking algorithms of shows are fucking us up, and we shouldn't be watching 8 straight episodes of the same thing. It's the same old thing. Guys, social media, when AJ and I were in the game, were heralded as platforms that allowed voices that were suppressed to be heard.
Wow. Now
They're demonized for unleashing voices that we shouldn't be listening to. It's the same old shit.
Yeah. I agree with you. I guess the only thing that I would say though is I feel like you said, you can compare it to like being addicted to reading books. I don't know that a book gives you that immediate, here's a like. The book's not talking back to you like that. But
then we get into things like alcohol. Right? Like people get addicted to it, people don't. It's really anything.
Right.
Gambling. It becomes a very fine line of like, where is it about the thing and where is it about accountability on the human level?
No doubt.
And I think right now we are in entitlement / pointing blame on things culture.
Right.
Everything is somebody else's fault at scale.
I couldn't agree more. I love that. I think that's so true. And
you know
that's
what
the
I
first
wish could
time I've
happen,
heard it.
Right?
Right.
Let me tell you something else I've never thought of, but hanging with you guys made me think. You know what I wish could happen? I wish everybody on Monday morning could watch film of their week, like football players do.
Boy.
Yo.
Football players play, and you guys go into film room, and my favorite player on a football team is the one that uses the crowd to make pretend it wasn't their fault. I've become educated through 40 years of watching football hard, where I'm like
Jets football.
Of like Jets football, that's true. Of Jets football and like a lot of football, where I'm always fascinated by when I know somebody did the wrong thing, but they throw their hands up, even though it was their assignment, and like the crowd blames the other person, and I'm always like, he's gonna get it on Tuesday. He's throwing up his hands. His teammates are like, "Fuck you! Stop doing that shit, dick. That was your fucking assignment." That's the guy. You guys know this better than I do. That's the guy that fucking gets in trouble in a locker room. Yeah. I wish we had that in real life. I wish everybody could go to their office for the week, and on the following Monday, we'd sit down and watch all the shit from above and fucking judge people, because that's the accountability that football players have that nobody else has in real life.
That's crazy.
Like, I'd be like, I'd love to watch film and be like, Sally, why did you fuck up that meeting, actually? I noticed that you actually don't like Karen because you know she's better than you, and you're trying to suppress her as her manager. That was a very bad move in that meeting.
You can't get away from it because it's like the eye in the sky never lies.
No doubt.
That when you're watching film on yourself and you've known you fucked up, you'll even say it during the game.
It's a horrible feeling.
You'll say it during the game. Say if someone's running down on kickoff and they totally missed their gap, or they didn't two gap
like, my bad.
It's like you're running off the field. You're running off the field saying, "Fuck,
I'm going to see that in film."
So fucked on film for that.
No doubt. It's an immediate thought.
We do not live in an accountable world right now. Everything is somebody else's fault, and we need to recorrect that, because when you think somebody else controls shit, you're unhappy.
Right.
I'm happy because I don't think Instagram owns me. I think I own Instagram.
Damn right.
The second you think Instagram owns you, you're like, fuck, the machine, fucking, the government, the people get fucking on tilt. My parents, like, people shit on their parents in my DM. I reply simply, are you taking money from them? Yeah, but. I'm like, no, yeah, but. Do not shit on your parents if you're on their fucking payroll.
Yeah.
If you're 26 and your parents pay for your Uber, you can't say shit about them. Shut the fuck up.
I love it.
My parents are making me do. I'm like, move the fuck out of your home. But how do I live? I'm like, live shitty.
Yeah.
Either live cozy on your parents' rules because they pay for that shit, or live shitty with your 3 homies and not in Hoboken, in Harrison, in a shittier apartment, because that's what you can afford. People are like, no, but GaryVee, like, people got mad at me yesterday because I said some shit like, as long as your parents are paying, you're not a man. Oh, people got hurt because like, oh fuck, my parents pay for my Equinox.
The old Equinox membership.
People are out here trying to like act like they're somebody. They're like a fucking startup CEO on Instagram, but their mommy's paying for their fucking Uber or their fucking apartment, and they're mad when their parents are like, yo, maybe you should give up on your startup and maybe go to law school. And they're like, fuck you, mom. You don't trust my dreams. Motherfucker, you got dreams? Pay for your own fucking dreams.
Yeah.
If your parents are paying for your life, follow what the fuck they want. You better go to fucking school.
Wow.
No doubt.
And that is honestly the first time that I've ever heard somebody say, when you're talking about addiction to the apps, listen, that is deflecting responsibility.
100%.
The algorithms are getting me addicted. They're planning. They want this to happen. That is so true. And that's the first time I've heard it.
And bro, let me tell you about that. Everybody wants to blame them. Let me open up your Explorer right now on your Instagram. If you got booty girls there, that's what you want to see.
Badge.
Badge, your shit's got to be fucking
Cheeks
disgusting.
For days. Cheeks for days.
Sheesh, we're not going to go there.
No, I'm joking anyways. But you're right.
It's all like MMA highlights.
Get better. It's motivational stuff. That's so true, though. I mean, I'm like, that is...
It's all highlights of other kickers in the league. No. He's got like burner accounts like, you suck.
No. I'm just... No.
Wide right, fucker. Wide right.
I will say, though, kind of coming off of what you said, I think a lot of people lack their own vision, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
And people
That's
will see...
a nice statement.
People will see what some other people do on Instagram, and they'll be like, I want to be that. Or they'll hear what their friends are doing, and they're like, I want to try to be that. One instance I can say is I remember that 6 weeks I was out of the NFL. I remember someone asking me, so, what happened? What are you going to do if this doesn't work? I go, I don't have a plan B. There is no plan B.
Right.
I'm 23. This is my vision. I'm sticking with it, and I'm going to keep working until it works out.
I'm actually sad it worked out, because if we were sitting right now on the street, no, let me tell you why. Because you'd still have your fucking mullet, and I think we would go into the XFL this year and take over.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you in the XFL, you're like Hulk Hogan. Like, I think you go in there and become a super duper star.
I mean, here's the thing. The XFL will need to take off. I think it's going to do well.
AJ gave me some details today because they're drafted, whatever. February, smart. Like, do not play against the NFL. Make contracts that let you go to the NFL without any restrictions.
Yeah.
Smart, because then guys are going to be willing to play because it's a platform. It's going to be interesting. They learned a lot from the first. I love great entrepreneurs on the second. I'm unstoppable the second time I try something because I have so much knowledge of what I fucked up the first, like undefeated.
No doubt.
A second time, I think Vince is an all-time entrepreneur. I think the second time, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think that, and they also have a guy. If his dad is anything like Andrew Luck's father, the commissioner of the league, right?
Andrew Luck's father's the commissioner of
I
the league.
had no clue.
If he is
gangster.
anything like Andrew Luck, it's gonna work out because that guy was like the biggest
AJ,
book nerd.
I see.
They also have a player that forgoed his college eligibility to play XFL instead.
Wow.
Kenny Robinson.
They got boys coming out early to go to the XFL.
So he's like a trailblazer, so that's interesting too.
That's interesting.
Is this guy legit? Is he like DJ? Is he like DJ Williams coming out of high school?
Exactly. He could get drafted.
That's a name, Isaac. You know who that is? Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
DJ Williams, guy out of Miami. John Madden said that's the only player that I could see that could leave high school and go straight to the NFL.
Wait, you're saying he's not going to play college
That's right.
football at all?
Playing college football right now.
Straight to the XFL.
And he might get drafted in April.
See,
He's like,
that could be
by-
an
Why? Because
interesting
he's 3
twist.
years from his high school. Doesn't he have to do that whole
Yeah, I
thing?
think you have to wait
You have to
3
do that
years.
3 years from your senior year,
he
bro.
would have been able to. Look, this is his third. He instead of playing his junior year of college football,
Okay.
he skipped it.
Oh, junior of college
So
football.
he's
got
still
2
foregoing a year, though.
Okay, yeah.
College football.
Oh, he's not a high school senior. I'm sorry. He's. Oh, interesting. Oh, that. You know what? That's.
Playing his junior year, instead of transferring because he was leaving West Virginia, instead of transferring and going whatever.
Yeah.
He just
Thank God for the NCAA. They've got softer transfer rules now because if the XFL builds a base, that's what everybody would do. Coach
Yeah,
gets
that's-
fired. You're in a bad system.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
leaving.
it. I'm leaving Florida. I'm going to play my junior year at the XFL level and then go into the NFL draft. Still
mean,
might
if-
be a thing. Still might make money. Get money. Well, now the California law, shit's going to get
Oh, man.
People don't. This
Yeah,
is what I
we-
keep-
Now
talked
we're
about
getting
it.
into deep. I
well,
love it.
This is deep waters because what people don't understand is the internet changes everything and it eventually will get to everything. And one of the reasons that it's getting into this now is like, look, the reality is like you have 17-year-old girls making $400,000 a year in marketing deals because of influencer marketing. Like all the pressure's mounting. The pressure continues to mount. And
Yeah.
like it just will continue to mount and continue to mount. And there's going to be alternatives.
yeah.
Well, there has
Wasn't
to
there a
be.
kicker that made too much money on YouTube and right?
Yeah. Yeah. He was making money on the side. He was at school, and the NCAA kicked him out.
Well, that makes no sense.
Let me
to
save you time. The NCAA is
a
a
joke.
gangster organization. It's fucking some mafioso shit.
Yeah.
No doubt. That doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, they're limiting people's, like what they can do outside of football. It's ridiculous, especially for that guy.
I'm not gonna
Communism.
get into the whole topic
Yeah.
of it because I'm not even gonna talk. I don't even want to say it
Because you don't want to get shot. You don't want to get shot.
They're gonna come find.
No, I'm not scared of the NCAA.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not scared of them.
You're scared of the NCAA.
They're an absolute joke. That's all I'll say. about
Okay,
the
now he's not
NCAA.
scared.
Yeah,
There you
now
go,
he's
badge.
feeling good. He's
No.
juiced up.
I know the NCAA.
What about the
joke.
Chiefs kicker? I'm just kidding. I don't know the Chiefs kicker. Who's the
Butker.
Chief? He's really good.
He's all right.
Oh, he's a Georgia guy. He's a Georgia guy.
Care.
I'm just telling you. He's a Georgia
He's
guy.
okay.
Greatness.
You think Georgia is just? It's crazy how many.
I'm from Georgia, so I'm like,
It's crazy.
we're all from
I
Georgia.
feel like when I land in the Atlanta airport, I just look at 16-year-olds. I'm like, you want to sign? I feel like
Literally.
all of them are good. Everyone's good.
you go 30-mile radius from Atlanta. I mean, the percentage of people from that area that are in the NFL right now, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's in the water.
I think it's just the South. It's the culture.
No doubt.
It's definitely
Southern
culture.
Baptist and
Southern
football.
culture football is just religion.
It is.
Florida high school football is
It's just insane.
it's not
that
even.
stuff.
Yeah, no state comes close. I don't think.
To Florida?
No close.
Oh, no doubt Georgia does.
Oh,
No
you think
doubt
Georgia
Georgia
does.
No doubt.
AJ.
I just think all those guys are in trouble during the NFL playoff season because like, oh, it's fucking cold. It's 10.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Fucking
go.
10 degrees. Like fucking like Jesus.
You're just
I will
mad, you're
say
just mad
this.
the Jets haven't been to the playoffs since
Yeah,
what,
I am mad.
2010.
I am.
Good.
I'm very mad.
And I hope they lose the rest of the season so they.
Let me tell you about
they
the two
come from
times.
the
Let me tell you
bottom.
about two of the best Jets
From the
victories in the
gutter.
playoffs in the last decade.
What was it? The
Last
63
decade.
Super Bowl.
Last decade.
Listen, we've gone to the Chargers home stadium twice
Oh,
Walk
the
on.
kicker.
and beat the Chargers twice.
Okay.
Drew Brees, loser, see ya. 11 straight victories for the Chargers the year they thought they were going. We fucking walked in there and Revis Island the fuck out of them.
Okay.
So, Cromartie whiffed on a fucking Sean Green run at the end of the game, and then we fucking traded for Cromartie, who by the way, I fucking love Crow.
Oh, yeah.
I literally posted the other day, what's your favorite number? And Crow responds with 13. And I'm like, yo, that's rad. I didn't even fucking get the joke. I'm like, that's rad. You wore 31. He's like, yo, that's why I did it. Fucking 13, I flipped it. Like, wow. You want to talk about an athlete? He fucking tore his ACL? ACL his junior year and still went in the fucking first round. Didn't play the whole year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a fucking athlete.
Yeah, I mean,
I interacted with another Charger the other day on Twitter, Quentin Jammer.
Quentin Jammer, all-time name.
Quentin Jammer.
That's an all-time name.
You fucking guys don't know your history.
You don't know the cornerback, Quentin Jammer?
All right, hold on. Everybody calm down. I don't know Quentin
But
Jammer,
he knows
though.
the fucking Georgia long snapper.
Yeah.
You mean Quentin Jammy? The long
Quentin
snapper
Jammer.
for Georgia High?
Quentin Jammy. They definitely have Jammer pictures up in the facility.
Of course, dude. He was what was he, top 5, top 7 pick? He was a top 10 pick for sure. Big corner. Real good athlete. But I think Crow called him out and said he didn't like the cold weather either. I'm not even kidding. I think that was literally the tweet. Like, you don't practice and you don't like the cold. 5th pick. I nailed it.
Wow.
Wow. My man knows his history.
No doubt.
All right, Gary V.
The Willie Wilson moment was huge for me. The Royal.
Let's close it out with this.
Don't sleep on me, D-Rock.
Talk to him.
Ready?
Lights on for the question.
When are you going to own the Jets? Tell him.
26 years from today.
26 years from today. Mark that down. 26 years.
The recall video of this would be amazing.
That would be.
Badge will be in Canton by then.
Hopefully.
How many kickers are in the Hall of Fame?
Not many.
7?
I don't even think that many.
I don't think that many either.
Does George Blanda count as a kicker?
He was a punter, I think. But he was a kicker, too.
He did everything.
He did fucking everything.
Yeah.
He was like 74.
Yeah.
He might play now. He might come out
Kicking
of
at
retirement.
74.
Not many kickers are in the NFL. It's tough to get there.
So 26 years.
26
Final
years.
verdict.
Yep.
Gary V will be the owner of the Jets. We appreciate having you. This has been
This
super
is it?
fun.
We didn't even get into like the fact that Rivers doesn't fucking curse.
Oh, what? You know what? Yeah, F that.
I curse all the time.
26 years Jets. Who cares? Okay, we're still going here.
Who cares? Next.
Philip Rivers does not curse. I've been around the guy for
And that
almost
bothers you,
a
right?
full year. It doesn't. I'm a Jersey guy. I feel awkward when I curse around him.
Right, because he's such a guy.
I've heard him curse before.
By the way, AJ.
One time.
Really?
I've heard
this
him
is
curse.
very big.
Whoa.
This is.
Guys, this is the viral moment of your blog.
This is
your
huge.
podcast. This is huge for you.
I've heard him curse.
Like,
His kids are going to
this
listen
is
to this
huge
and be crying
for you.
like,
this is
"Dad
huge
curses?"
for you.
I
Like,
heard
this
him.
is huge for you.
I heard him
You're like the
curse.
Geraldo Rivera moment for you here. Like, this is like a
This is
breakthrough.
big. Zoom in.
This is big.
This is
Zoom in.
zoom in.
Zoom in.
I mean, we don't actually have to. I heard him curse after the Kansas City loss 2 years
okay,
ago.
I know this story. Yeah,
And we'll leave it at that.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
that's fair.
That was the one time.
AJ knows this to be true. I was huge on Phillip Rivers when he was. I wanted to I knew the Jets wouldn't get him, but I was a huge, so much so, and AJ knows this, that I watched him a lot that year, and I didn't watch a lot of college football until we got into VaynerSports, and because I watched him so much, I fell in love with his main receiver, Jericho Cotchery,
Oh,
who
great
the
jet.
Jets took.
Great jet.
And I was like gangbust. We were like, he was a 5th round pick, bro, 4th. So I was super pumped about him. And like, we had his jersey. We went to camp. We had his rookie jersy. His wife Mercedes, Miss South Carolina, I think, which was huge for Jericho.
Hey now.
He was fucking awesome. The end of the Jets Rex regime, I think, was when we dealt him, and that was like an interesting moment. But anyway, he was fucking awesome. So I knew I was a huge Phillip Rivers guy. I knew that he was. I really thought he was going to ball.
He's a beast.
I'll say this about Phil. He is genuinely one of the greatest competitors I've ever been around.
That's cool.
Oh, no doubt.
Now, because I grew up a Giants fan. That's not news. So I grew up a Giants fan. I was always
By the way, classic Summit elitist shit.
Okay.
Yeah, Silver Spoon.
Silver Spoon.
You know it.
Giants.
Classic elitist
Keep
shit.
talking. State champ in all 3 sports. Not a big deal. Okay.
Which
So,
sports?
football, hockey, and lacrosse.
Are you good at hockey?
Love hockey.
Yeah. Are you a Rangers fan?
Devils.
What the fuck is going on here? Bandwagon. You sound like your
Bandwagon.
family's
Bandwagon.
bandwagon. Giants.
Bandwagon.
Devils won 3 cups when you're fucking in your childhood.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Are you a Nets fan?
Fair enough.
You better be a fucking Nets fan.
You're not a
I
Nets
knew
guy.
it. I
You're
knew
not
it.
a
I
Nets
knew it.
guy.
AJ Badge just walked into a buzzsaw. You missed it.
No.
You just sat here and said, I'm a Jersey guy. I
Yeah.
go, you're a Nets
But-
guy. You're like,
That was
silly
okay.
smile.
But I didn't grow up.
If you're a Lakers fan, I'm going to shit my pants.
I did not grow up.
Badge, who do you like in basketball?
Listen to me. I did not grow up a basketball fan. I was a hockey player. So as soon as I first,
that's some elitist
That's
shit.
a
You want to
cop-out.
talk about
That's a
real silver
cop-out.
spoon? He's a hockey guy.
As
Not
soon as
basketball.
Silver spoon through and through.
as soon as I saw LeBron James play,
Oh, you are a LeBron guy.
I'm a big LeBron guy.
I love LeBron, by the way, but the fact that you're a bandwagon Cavs fan, like,
Man,
so
just
wait, you're a
takes off
Lakers
the
fan now?
Well, listen,
Yeah, that's what he is.
I am a Lakers fan,
Of course.
but I do take time to learn the team that LeBron puts around him. I will say that. I do, and I go to bat.
Let's
I
walk
go
through,
to bat
let's
for
walk
that.
through the Lakers side dishes. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we got JaVale McGee still.
Okay.
Okay, we got Giannis.
Who I love, by the way.
Yeah.
I love DMing with him. He's a thoughtful kid.
Okay, we got Anthony Davis.
Check.
We still got Rajon Rondo. We still got Caldwell Pope. We still got. We just picked up on one of the bench players. A lot of people won't know this. True fans will. Giannis, his little brother.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
He's
we
there.
did.
Yeah.
We did. I'm like, I hate
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
Lakers.
so now
Yeah, we
he's
did.
claiming the Lakers.
No,
We did.
here's what I claim for that. Fuck the Lakers.
Oh, love that.
And Badge for being a Lakers fan.
Listen, if they would,
If I see Badge at the Clippers parade at the end of this year,
Clippers?
claiming
Would you-
LA.
Do you
Clippers
actually
parade.
Do you consider yourself a Lakers fan?
No.
yeah. No, I'm a
Oh,
little.
no.
So you went Miami Lakers. You were Cavs back in the day.
I went Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, Lakers.
So you're legitimately following.
I will say I did tell
LeBron.
my buddies, and this
This
is
is fair.
you're gonna
This is
hate
fair.
this.
I feel like this is real.
You're gonna hate this.
I feel like
though.
what he's about to say is real.
I told my friends, I go, if the Knicks get the first pick and take Zion, I am all in on Zion.
I'm
I
a
am
Zion
all for
guy.
the Knicks.
So real quick, you only want to chase generational talent to be a fan of? So are you a Pelicans guy?
what's-
Or is this because
no,
all your
I
boys are
don't-
Knicks fans?
All my buddies are Knicks
Can you
fans.
introduce me to your friends? They're clearly like kind of guys I respect.
Yes. Yes.
They're good guys.
They want to meet you too because they love it. They always send me your videos. They're
gonna
fired
love
up
this
to meet
shit.
you. Yeah. So if Zion goes to the Knicks, I will be a Knicks
I respect
fan.
that. Damn it. I knew we wanted Zion. Badge, me and you at the Knicks games, that would have been fun.
Oh man. I do want to one day, and I will get it, and it'll be before 26 years. I will sit courtside either at a Lakers or a Knicks game.
I'll take you this year.
You can make that happen
I'll
soon.
take you in February.
Deal.
January, you guys aren't making the playoffs this year.
Oh,
Oh my God. And
it's still
coming
early.
from a Jets fan. What are we talking
Listen,
about?
it's
You guys
still
got your
early.
first
guys,
win.
I'm just gonna say right now, I think the Jets are gonna end up with a better record than you guys.
Are you serious?
Mark that
I am
down.
serious. You guys are 2-4. Let's not act like you guys are 2-4.
Listen, hey, Badge, we're making a playoff run.
Where we are?
Who you guys play next
We
week?
got 10 tickets.
we
Let's
got
go.
the Titans. Titans.
Lost next week. Right after that. Now, you
Bears.
should win next week. Mariota's being benched,
Benched.
right? Benched. Woof. Okay.
Bears after that.
Bears.
Where?
In
There.
Chicago.
Good loss.
You
You guys can't cover. Terry Cohen's gonna kill you guys.
What do we
Go
have,
ahead.
Green Bay?
home, which will home
Loss.
game.
Oh, that's a
Dub,
Sunday
dub,
night
dub.
game. That's good. Is that no? That's
No,
not a
no,
Sunday
it won't
night
be
game. I was thinking
Sunday
about a
night.
different game. Okay, that's a loss. That's a good game for us. Okay,
I don't know who we have
that's
after
1
that.
and 2. You're gonna beat the Titans. You're gonna lose to the Packers and Bears. Go ahead.
Then we got Kansas City at some point in the next
Listen,
two
I'm
games
done.
after
I'm
that.
done going over this with them. We're gonna go on a 10-game winning streak. We're gonna
10
hit
tickets.
a hot streak.
10 tickets.
Phillip Rivers on the plane rides home. We got a lot of camaraderie going around, and it's one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
No doubt.
Yeah.
We do have some of the
guys
best
are-
plane rides back from games.
I did not on every single away game besides that New England playoff loss. I did not lose, and I had the best time on those plane rides.
Oh right, you guys didn't lose any road games
No,
last year.
the only road game they lost, I wasn't there yet, was the
Rams.
the Rams game, but that didn't.
When
even
we
count
were
because I was
undefeated
still
on
in
a
LA.
plane.
Yeah,
Undefeated on
Do
a
you see
plane.
what the Rams did today?
No.
Jalen Ramsey.
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
They traded everything for him
Yeah, they gave two back-to-back
ones.
first-round picks.
Yeah, and a fourth.
and a fourth. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an aggressive
You guys
play.
better be careful because he'll put you on blast in GQ next year. He's like, fuck that Chargers kicker.
Fine. No such thing as bad
hoping.
press.
You don't think so?
I don't think there's anything as
Hitler
bad
has
press.
a lot of press.
Listen, I'm not going to go into that.
Oh,
I'm not going to go into that.
I mean, Badge, explain yourself. Barstool headline: Badgley loves Hitler.
No, I just don't think there's anything as bad press.
Oh man, we should probably
yeah.
wrap this up before something.
yeah,
I
right.
think
We're about to- now it's just exposure.
VaynerSports' tenure is coming to an end.
All right. Well,
Mike
we
and
will.
Ike, two things. This is probably the best podcast I've ever been on, and I expect you guys to be in the top 10,000 on the podcast ratings soon enough. And number 2, I'm going to start working on a Mike and Ike candy deal for you.
Oh,
Can't wait.
No doubt. Talk to him, Gary Vee. Thank
See
you.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.